Hey guys, this is Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under, and today we're going through patch 1.10 called the new Limited Time Mode patch. In this patch there is a lot of updates, but I'm going to save you the trouble of reading the pages and pages of info and only talk about the most crucial updates that will affect you in-game. If you guys want to stay as up to date as possible with Fortnite Battle Royale news, make sure to go and hit that subscribe button. I might also do a giveaway in the future for subscribers, so don't miss out on that. Starting out with a bit more info on the new mode, Epic has confirmed that it will be revealed live on the Game Awards today. Now this is a limited time mode, and I can also go and say that this mode will be going live for you guys today as well, which is absolutely sick. The new inventory system is going live as well, which is nicely split into traps and resources, ammo, and then equipment. You can quickly drag any item outside the window to go and drop it, along with splitting ammo being significantly easier. This was needed for quite a long time, and it's great that it's now been implemented. Now let's move into the gameplay changes, and the first one is decreased chance of getting bandages from treasure chests and supply drops by 35%. Finally, this means that the chance of getting good weapons has increased, which is great news for all. I'm pretty sure everybody's been getting full stacks of bandages every single game, so it's nice that we're getting less of them and more of the better weapons and items. Reduce aim assist on controllers. I'm personally a PC player, but I can definitely go and see how needed aim assist is on console, with the sticks just being a bit too finicky for me. But with that said, having aim assist would negatively go and affect your sniping experience, as you need to go and lead shots. So with that said, this decrease hopefully will make it easier for you console players in order to go and hit those sniper shots. Now let's move on to some of the bug fixes, starting out with a really quick one. Players will no longer jitter while falling and skydiving. This has been a pretty annoying issue for quite a long time, so it's great it's finally been fixed. Remove traces from the Silenced SMG. The Silenced SMG for me hasn't been the most effective weapon. I would rather use the tactical SMG or even the pistol in the early game. However, this change is massive. A decent chunk of the time, I find people by hearing where they're firing from and then seeing the traces from their assault rifle. Now the Silenced SMG has neither of those indicators, so I think its viability for sneaky attacks will definitely increase when this new patch goes live. Sniper rifles no longer reload while scoped in view. And damn, I actually liked this before the fix. Being able to stay scoped in while sniping is a dangerous tactic if you're getting shot from multiple sides, but if there's only one person to go and take care of, keeping in scope can be a big help. The bolt action was way too OP anyways, so this might go and take away a little bit of the power, but honestly I don't feel like it will go and do that much. Fix an issue which prevented grenades from exploding. Now this has happened to me so many times. I throw a grenade at a cliff and the cliff just goes and swallows the grenade whole, and that means I waste another opportunity in order to go and flush an enemy out. It's a small but a very significant fix. With the addition of the smoke grenade in the previous patch, it was basically a matter of time until people went and found out some bugs, and 3 of them have been fixed here. First one, smoke effects now appear the same in and out of the storm. Players can no longer see through smoke effects when using the scope from within the smoke. That's really overpowered, so hopefully that's completely fixed in this patch. Players will no longer experience a flash effect from multiple smoke grenades that go off at once. Having a flash grenade in this game wouldn't be the worst idea, but having it happen with a smoke grenade is a little bit buggy, so thankfully that has been fixed as well. Now let's move on to some audio bug fixes, and the first one is, teammates' footsteps now sound quieter than enemies, and finally we go and get this fix. This has annoyed me so many times, especially in multi-tiered houses. I keep thinking my teammates are enemies, and on more than one occasion, I blasted my friend's head off with a pump-action shotgun. Me with pump-action shotgun means team kills, that's the equation for you. Added different footstep sounds for wood, stone, metal, and dirt/grass surfaces. Now this is going to take a little bit of time to go and get used to, but I think it's a cool change. This will really differentiate between the good and the great players. It's now easier to hear footsteps through walls, and I'm not 100% sure what to think about this one. It was already pretty easy to go and hear footsteps in general, so hearing footsteps through walls, making that easier, might be a little bit counterintuitive, because you think maybe an enemy is going to be right next to you or right behind you. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to go and work out, but we'll keep an eye out on it. New sounds for medkit, shield potion, and slurp juice consumables. Now this one is bigger than you think. It's fairly easy to go and hear someone pop in a consumable, but knowing which one they are using was a guessing game in the previous patches. Now for example, if you hear the medkit sound, you know that you can go and push in with a shotgun. In comparison to when you go and hear the slurp juice sound, you know that pushing wouldn't be the best idea. This one is really big. It's now easier to go and hear the sound of another player gliding towards you after using a launch pad. We've all seen the clips on Twitch. Ninja goes and uses a launch pad, he glides behind an enemy, everybody's like, this enemy has no eyes, has no ears, and then Ninja just goes and shoots that person in the back in order to go and win the game. Now, as a person that has been dropped on by a gliding enemy, it is really difficult if you don't have the initial position of where they came from. If you just hear the initial sound of them just launching, actually trying to go and work out where they are is really difficult. So the fact you can go and hear them gliding in the sky a lot easier is going to be really big. I doubt you'll go and see as many occurrences of these big flanks where the enemy is completely hopeless. I don't think that will happen as much, but given that a lot of people use, speakers on the console, I think it's still going to go and happen from time to time. Remove the low frequency content in the ticking clock sound that plays prior to the storm eye shrinking. Now these frequencies could have been previously mistaken for footsteps while running. The reason I'm talking about this is because this happened last night. I was playing, I was in the storm and I heard the ticking, I was like, there's somebody, and I just twitched towards my teammate and almost blew their head off, in another occurrence of footsteps going and mistaking teammates for enemies and all that. And in the end of it, it was just the ticking, and it had that low frequency sound that sounded like some footsteps. So they're just going to chuck a little bit of a high pass filter over that, get the high frequencies, and it's just going to go tick, 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 and we're going to really easily know that a circle's coming in, but hopefully we won't get confused that there's going to be an enemy nearby. There is also a lot of performance improvements, and I won't go through all of them, but it's great that Epic is working to go and increase the overall frame rate of the game. I've realized that over the last couple patches, my FPS has been decreasing. My friends have gone and said the same thing. So hopefully these changes will improve the gameplay experience a little bit. Now moving into some of the UI updates. You can now view your personal stats and XP gain at the end of a match or when spectating. Now this is really nice, giving some in-depth post-match stats. The amount of times that I play with Delta Strikes in my videos, you can see him in the top left-hand corner, that guy is a chronic kill stealer. He waits to the last 2 seconds and puts 2 bullets into them and takes the kill. So now I can finally go and work out how many assists I go and get in a game. You can now go and choose to abandon one of your daily challenges each day. Now this isn't the biggest change in the world, but it will go and help some people that, for example, only go and play squads or only go and play solos. Now this one is really cool. Added Net Debug Stats panel to the Battle Royale UI. Now this can be enabled by going to Settings, then Game, then HUD, and then Enable Net Debug Stats. Now this setting goes and displays ping, bandwidth, packets per second, and packet loss for both uploading and downloading. If you haven't received a packet from the server in more than 1 second, the UI will go and display a connection lost warning. Now currently this is only available for Windows and Mac, but it will be on consoles in the future. Something like this is needed in every single game. We've had it in Counter-Strike Global Offensive for so long, you can just go to NetGraph and see how your ping is fluctuating. And the fact we can go and see in Battle Royale is fantastic, because boom, if I'm lagging, I look in the top right hand corner, is it me, is it the server, is my internet bugging out, or is the servers bugging out? A really good check, because if it's just you, you know you have to go and hide. But if the server's bugging out, you know more than likely everybody's bugging out as well, and having that indicator is really important. And the funny thing about this Net Debug Stats is that nobody asked for it, but it's really cool, so big thumbs up to Epic for putting this in. Settings will now properly save when players apply them and back out to the settings menu quickly. Out of the whole patch, this is the change that affects me the most. I change my settings really regularly, like I change up my sensitivity just trying to go and find that golden zone, and I still haven't gone and found it yet. So with that said, when I go and change my settings, change my sensitivity, and then back out, and then nothing has changed, that is absolutely infuriating. So the fact Epic has gone and fixed this is really good. A few quick ones are going to round out the video in regards to spectating. Now fix the bug where teammates could be invisible while spectating them. That's happened to me quite a few times and is really freaky Where is the person? I've got no idea. And then they just go and pop into view after I swap back to them. I go do a little bit of swap back and then boom, they are there. So it's good that has been fixed. And furthermore, with a little bit more spectating bug fixes, scope visuals will no longer be stuck on screen while switching between plays in spectate mode. That is a really, really cool bug. It's happened a few times, like when your teammate goes and scopes in, and I believe if you swap to another person at the same time, it bugs out the spectator client where you just have that scope in for the whole time that they're scoping in. Really, really cool to go and have it happen. But in the end of it, if you're trying to go and feed your teammates information, it's going to be a little bit annoying. So it's great that has been fixed. With all of that said, those are the major Fortnite Battle Royale changes. Since I don't go and play Save the World, I won't be covering those changes, but the patch notes are in the description below if you want to go and check them out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to go and hit that subscribe button. Other than that, Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under, out.